Here is the Masrur Temples in India. This is not far from Dharamsala, what they call the winter capital, where the Dalai Lama is from. And these temples, I think, are amazing, just amazing, and a great example of these great people that I believe were some of the greatest people. Now, these were supposedly built in the 1st century up to the 6th century, but I find this interesting. The parts that are preserved are extremely well preserved, and other areas look like they've been melted, and we've seen a lot of this in the ancient ruins, as if there was melting of stone. But this particular site fascinates me, as it seems at a first glance to look like a natural rock formation, and how so many mountains and rocks that we do see every day all over the world could actually be ancient ruins that have just been so badly damaged. And this is a great example. You see the melting on the top. I mean, absolutely, and what's preserved is well preserved, but this was hit from the top with something, I believe, some kind of weaponry, some kind of ancient wars, which the ancient Indian texts are full of ancient battles in the air. And in India, it's no surprise, actually, that there were ancient and greater people. A lot of the subject that I talk about in this video is probably shocking to the Western world, but not in India. That's completely part of their history. And this is another area now 4,000 kilometers away in Cambodia, Angkor Wat, or Angkor Wat. 4,000 miles away, and we're going to look at the similarity, and we can appreciate that this is probably the same people who had the ability to build with ease, and same amazing architecture. And of course, our scholars will tell us, these primitive people were carving, and these are going to be carved. But it almost looks like a lot of concrete work in some cases, especially the imprints on the wall. It looks as if it's formed. I mean, the detail and the perfection, to me it doesn't seem carved. Some parts seem carved. You will see what look like tool marks. And other parts seem as if they've been impressed, as if this was like a geopolymer type of a cast, especially this thing on the left. I mean, like a cast piece, like you would with concrete, like you would fill a mold. And this whole city is just absolutely amazing in Cambodia. At one point it was covered in jungle. They had to clear it out and deforest. Here it looks like a concrete impression to me. Again, I could be wrong, it's all speculation, but the fact that we don't know, and all we can do is speculate. And here is another place in India. This is about 45 miles away. Oh no, I'm sorry, it was more than that, but nevertheless in India. And again, grand similarities, but here it almost appears, in another video I talked about the growing of stone, which really I must give credit to the New Earth channel with this whole idea, but here it looks as if the stone has been grown, and then temples have been carved within the stone. I mean, the perfection here. You see, on the cow we do see tool marks, but on that upper building it looks as if it's been cast. Here there's a lot more weathering than we've seen in some of the other ones in this particular building. And the insides are amazingly preserved. Again, I really believe that these temples, or whatever they were just bombarded. I mean, bombarded with something like a nuclear force from above that melted, but then there were certain parts that were completely preserved, especially the insides, and just certain parts that weren't blasted as other parts were. Here we can see tool marks on the far left side, but then on the inside it doesn't look like the same tool marks. It's just perfect, it's smooth. And here again we see tool marks, but a machine type of tool mark, not a primitive. These are uniform, the strokes follow the same, the next one's like a rake kind of effect. And here it's as if somebody had an afterthought and said, I would like stairs here, and somebody said, of course, and just carved some stairs out like butter. An afterthought, though. This is really interesting, this black rock or carving. I'm sure there's a lot of symbology here, very interesting. And this is what it would have looked like when photos... I like the old photos because a lot of things are vandalized and you can see what things used to look like. Just amazing again, amazing, these columns and the perfection, the absolute perfection. This is really just less building and more removing, just the removing of rock. And we don't really see any sign of it around. They moved it away. And this is just beautiful. The detail is absolutely amazing, again, for a primitive, supposed primitive people. So, in any case, thanks for watching, and I'll be sure to bring you more of these fine videos. Have a blessed day.